Sitting around the ballroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish and me.
All right, we are back.
Back at it.
So, you're time traveling right now because, like we said, this is actually, it only been 3 minutes between when we did these shows, but for you, this has been a week. So,
Right.
I hope you missed us.
I will be hungover on a plane, coming
Okay.
back from a bachelor party by the time you hear this episode.
Yeah, when you hear this, Danny's going to be, like, praying for his soul.
I will. I'll be begging TSA to let me on the fucking plane at this point. going to Lauderdale with 13 sick pricks for a bachelor party, and I'll be coming back Monday morning. So.
A house that is,
Oh, I showed it to you. Yeah.
like,
it's-
Donald Trump wouldn't even, he wouldn't scoff at staying there, let's put it that way.
Yeah,
it is legit shit.
It's
I don't know why I picked him. He's a fucking idiot. But
yeah, but I mean, he would though. That house is insane. I can't wait to see it in person.
It's like a rapper's house, basically.
It is. Yeah. It's MTV Cribs.
All right, so let's bang out these ads real quick.
Sure.
I'll start off. Lily Peas Chicken, 50 Binney Street, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Our boy Chris Parsons is the chef owner. It is a unbelievable restaurant. Great chicken, great other stuff, like awesome sandwiches. Let me just give you. I'll just give you the. Let me give you a sandwich that I think you might eat, right? Because you're not a mayo guy. We've
Correct.
talked about this.
Correct.
You do not like mayo, but they do have Duke's mayo. Which, if you don't know what Duke's mayo is, you don't have a fucking thought in your head because it's the best mayo they have in America. I know that doesn't hold up with you.
It's pigeon cum.
Okay.
But do you know what they do at the Duke's Championship Bowl in college football?
I do not.
So the winning coach gets 5-gallon buckets of mayo dumped on him.
I wouldn't even like that. I like mayo.
I would shoot everybody.
You would be.
I would find a gun and just mayhem. Stop blasting.
But I mean, look at this. The Lower Broadway sandwich. Natural style hot chicken, southern slaw, pickles. And if you're Danny, you're not getting it on there, but it comes with Duke's mayo if you want it.
Yeah.
I will say that
slaw better be vinegar based.
well, we'll find out. The best thing on this, my favorite thing I've had from there, Chris was good enough to bring us a bunch of food one night. Their Jamaican jerk chicken wings are
massive.
fucking lights out.
I
Dude.
love jerk chicken, dude.
Lights out. Awesome.
We talked about that before. I love
Yeah,
jerk chicken.
we're gonna be over there on June 25th. I'll figure out the
Live.
time. Yeah, we're gonna do a podcast, record it there, and then we're gonna hang out and drink some beers and eat some food. So I don't know. Maybe we'll try to do that around like 4 o'clock or something like that, and then we can hang out afterwards. And
Fuck yeah.
we'll be calling Ubers, obviously. So we'll bring this rig on the road out of the bar. Can you believe it?
Right.
Anyways, you're up.
We got my guy Sean at Insulation Situation. You know the goddamn name. It's hard to. It's not that hard to remember. I mean, hard to forget. Mass Save Partner. As you know, most people would Eversource, National Grid, you qualify. Single family homes, you get 75% off the work. Multifamily homes, if all your people are involved, get everyone involved.
Irish battleships.
Irish Battleships, hands in, and team, you get 100% off the work. As long as everyone gets on there, it's a no-brainer. Mass Save is your best friend. And if you don't know that by now, you're living under a goddamn rock. Email insulationsituation@gmail.com. Phone number 617-835-4784. Sean Ballard is the guy that you want to talk to. He's my guy. Tell him that he owes you a beer. And mention pulling the cork.
Lights Out Cornhole, 177 West Street, the Irish American in Malden, Massachusetts. The Dirty Den, as Danny would call it.
Yes, sir.
Great cornhole night. Starts at 7, I believe, but you can get there around 6:30 on Wednesday nights. Darcy runs it. Darcy's Danny's sister. You could say that you know us. You've listened to the show. It is a awesome night. I think I will have been there this past week, I believe, if things work out for me. But it is a great night. You're going to get at least 4 games to start, and then if you make the playoffs, which most people do, you get another couple games. That's a lot of cornhole. It's $10. I mean, like,
You don't have to be good if you
as
want to start.
As the Blues Brothers once said, that's a lot of entertainment for $2.
Right.
But yeah, if you want to start, perfect do your thing.
If you're a professional and you just want some practice in, it's a good spot.
And I will
Cheap
say
drinks.
this: I know all the spots because I'm a cornhole degenerate.
Yep.
that's one of the best ones if you're like starting out the game. You know what I mean? But there's still killers there too. So if you're a good player, it's great for that. If you're a great player, you already know about the place. So I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Cheap drinks, great cornhole, good people. Scoreholio running the software. Darcy on the 1s and 2s.
Yep.
You're up.
Last but not least, my man Craig over at Extra Effort Hockey, off-ice hockey training facility, 1,000 square feet synthetic ice. You ain't finding that anywhere fucking elsewhere. They have turf. They got you can everything you can think of in a gym they have down at this place in Peabody. They work on puck handling, shooting techniques, full gym with everything from benches to sleds. If you're brand new to the game, if you think that you're Yaga, you should still be there. One-on-one training, I can attest. My son does it with football. There's nothing better. I stand by this guy. I know that he's crushing it right now with all his clients. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. He lives, breathes, and dies hockey. I know that. You know what I mean? I know he has the Boston Bee tattooed on his hand. All right, that's how invested he is. The guy knows what he's doing. Please, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Reach out to Craig up in Peabody, Route 1 South. I think they call it Newberry Street, but it's fucking Route 1 South.
Yeah.
And tell him that Pulling the Cork sent you, man. And tell Craig I said hello.
Yeah. So all of our sponsors we thank every week for having our back. First of all, I want to say this too. All the people who've been writing reviews, sharing the show. That is literally the only way that people find out about us. So
right.
If you could keep doing that, that's awesome.
Takes
so
2 seconds.
If you hear something that you think's funny, or you see something that we post on social that you think is funny, you want to share it for us, that helps us a lot. And tell people about it. I know that we've been getting a lot of great feedback from people who love the show. We definitely probably I think we hit a good nerve in a certain group of people out there that want to hear from the same shit they talk about every day.
Right. And that's the thing with us. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing what we want to do.
Right.
So, all right. I love tonight's because you're going to a bachelor party.
I am going on a bachelor party.
You'll have been on it by this point.
Yes.
This comes out.
Yes. So we're talking. Yeah, we're in the future right now.
This episode is called Wedding Season.
Yeah.
Weddings are fucking awesome.
Awesome. And if you don't like weddings, turn this off right now.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with you.
I know. If you are put out by going to a wedding, then you
I hate that.
Put yourself.
I gotta go to this wedding. Okay. Fucking. If you don't want to go, I'll go with your wife.
Yeah. There's one thing if you're I gotta go to a wake. That's one thing.
Right.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I gotta go to a fucking wedding is awesome.
It's so good. It's so good. Everything about it, start to finish.
Yeah. Everything is everything's amazing.
I was just at I think I talked about it in the last episode. I was just at a wedding recently, fucking 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago if you're listening now.
Yeah. The interesting thing about weddings for as you get older is that you go to less and less, right? So it's when I was I remember when me and my wife first were going out, we were engaged. We went to 6 weddings in a summer.
Yeah, this is a big year for me.
Yeah, this would be you're in that age.
Last year I went to a couple. COVID kind of fucked everything up.
Yeah.
There's one that I'm not going to be able to go to, and he's a fucking great friend of mine because I'm going to be in Florida for I'm going away this week.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, I'm already there.
Yeah.
So, but 4th of July, my son's playing in a tackle tournament down in Tampa. 4th of July weekend, this kid's getting married on the 1st. I fucking love this kid. It broke my heart when I realized it was the same day, but I told him I'd still give him an envelope because I'm not a scumbag.
Yeah, because we'll get into all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let me start at the beginning. Dressing up for weddings.
Oh, you son of a bitch, dude.
Well,
you son of a bitch.
We're gonna share.
You son of a
things,
bitch.
Right?
First thing.
Listen. I'm gonna give you you're gonna have the mic for as long as you want on this. I just was gonna say this. This is the point. I'm leading. This is what I'm doing. I'm pitching to you. You ready?
Okay, sure.
I gotta throw you pitches.
Sure.
As somebody who's dressed up a lot for work and gone on work meetings in full suits and driven around New York and New Jersey industrial areas, knocking on doors and talking to fucking people I don't want to talk to, dressing up for that blows. Dressing up for funerals blows. Dressing up for weddings is like ecstasy.
It's like NFL draft.
It is.
It's the best. It's the fucking best.
It's the best.
I have, which is kind of unheard of. You probably definitely have more suits than me. I have 3. But as you know, a shirt, a tie changes the whole fucking outfit.
Yeah.
People don't need to know that you only have 3. Well, 3 outfits I think is plenty.
Oh, dude, I only have 2 really.
Okay.
And then I do the same. I accessorize.
You can crush you could wear the same suit 2 days in a row and people wouldn't even fucking know.
Yeah.
People look at your neck, your tie, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But I am I don't know. When I go to a wedding, I have 100 fucking ties. I have a zillion undershirts.
Me too.
I love accessorizing. I love getting new socks. No one even gives a fuck about socks anymore. I love socks.
Yeah.
Love church socks. Love them.
Yep.
Shoes, I have plenty of shoes, but the mere fact of like getting ready and fucking pumped up, knowing that you're just supposed to have yourself a night, dude.
Oh.
It's just smiles for
especially,
days.
you know, especially too because like I think funnily enough, like I have an office type of job, even though I kind of work for myself, but like so I don't dress up at all. Like right, so like I like what you see I'm wearing like as what I wear. I wear shorts and a t-shirt to work if it's summer.
Lucky fuck.
If it's not summer, I'm wearing like jeans and a fucking hoodie, right? It's like I work at Facebook, except not rich. That's basically like my outfit. So I love getting dressed up when like I'll give you an example. Like I remember my buddy got married 3 years ago. No, sorry. This is well before that. He actually got married like 8 years ago. I went over to Nantucket for like some thing with my boss at that time, and I got a pair of whale pants, and I fucking wore them with a blazer. Like I owned people's fucking, and I was like, people were like, what? My buddy had a theory about this, by the way.
What do you do?
I
own Facebook.
Now, I was not trying to get laid, but like, my buddy had a great theory about this back in the day that like, if you're a guy and you're willing to wear something a little bit off the beaten path, like an not attention seeking, but like something that most guys don't have the balls to wear, you will get like,
I'll tell you,
it is a conversation starter.
I will tell you this, and I have nothing to hide because whatever, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Nashville for a bachelor party. Just talking about shit that you would never wear.
Sure.
It was Nashville. I wasn't wearing a fucking cowboy hat. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I like country music. I'm not wearing a cowboy hat.
Sure.
I wore Jordans. I'm a big sneaker guy.
Yeah.
Even though I'm wearing fucking Crocs. I'm a big sneaker guy. I wore Concord 11s for all my sneakerheads out there. It's my favorite sneakers ever. And I wore a jean jacket. You can't tell me how many people came up to me and were like, that is an incredible outfit. Dude, it was my
I feel like
it was my Now, last week we talked about profile pics and shit.
Yeah.
This was my profile pic for like 2 years. It was fucking, I felt so dominant.
Can I just say something right now? This outfit feels very JT.
Buddy.
I know your vibe.
Buddy.
I know this is like,
but I would never wear that around here.
You were ready to come out of the elevator with Stapleton singing that.
Buddy.
Singing that song.
Say something.
I love that song now, by the way.
I was fucking, when I walked out of the room, my boys were like, what the fuck, dude? And I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, we're doing this thing now.
Fucking right up and down the street, dude. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And it killed.
Yeah.
It absolutely
of course
killed.
It did. So I get it. I come from my old man loves wearing something that's going to blow the doors off everybody.
Come on.
That's a great outfit.
Come on.
I've seen this picture.
Come on.
We're going to have to post that in the notes after the thing.
Come on.
Let me give you an example. Like, so my father worked at Gillette for his whole life.
Yeah.
And he wore a bow tie every day. And he's got a million bow ties. He's never worn a necktie as long as I've seen him.
He knows how to tie them?
Oh, he's got like the best fucking bow ties you've ever seen. He goes to weddings. He wears, if this wedding starts after May, or in May or after, he's wearing a seersucker suit, linen seersucker suit with a fucking bow tie and a white shirt. And he fucking owns the place, basically.
Buddy.
So I come from the lineage of a man who knows how to get this thing done, right? So like when I go to a wedding, and especially if it's a wedding for somebody I really like, like you'll know how much I like you depending on how decked I am.
Well, put it this way, right? I've been in a lot of weddings as a groomsman. I've been in a lot, like fucking a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously I love that. People love me. When I don't have to wear a tux and I have to figure out myself what I'm gonna wear, game over.
Oh yeah.
Game over.
Yeah.
I was ready fucking for war. Like
yeah.
It was equivalent to like a kid going to the first day of school.
Yeah.
Shit's all lined up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm 34. What am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was fucking ready. Kid.
Yeah, because you know what? You know that
the last wedding I went to, I didn't wear a tie. That's how fucking confident I was. And I love double Windsor? I'm a double Windsor guy. I can do that shit in my sleep. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, too. You know what makes me mad? When I go to a wedding and I see, like, some dude, like, whatever, like, my cousin's cousin or something, they dress like fucking, they got, like, a like a black shirt and a red tie, and they
Oh.
look like they work in a fucking movie theater.
And it's a
I'm like,
3XL, and it's
yeah,
droopy.
it's like, I'm like, dude, don't even wear it. Don't even
Yeah.
come.
Just come with-
Stay
yeah,
home.
yeah.
You know what? Stay home. Don't even bother.
We're the
coming.
wife beater. That's
Yeah,
it.
don't bother coming. So dressing up is unbelievable.
I love dressing up. I think that was my number one. That's why I say go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That is probably my favorite part of, not my favorite part of the wedding, but that is like, that's the fucking leading up to
That
it.
is the fucking.
You're
dude,
walking
that's-
into the wedding, you're like, oh shit, it's a red carpet.
Of course,
It's a red
dude.
carpet.
That's the fucking. That's the whole fucking thing. Wedding industry as a whole. I want to talk about this a little bit.
Sure.
If you are a person out there who is going to be getting married, okay, this comes from somebody who has already gotten married.
That is me.
Yeah, you are going to get married. But I kind of have a good feel for what your wedding's going to be like.
It's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be an awesome party. That's what your wedding's going to be. Do yourself a favor. Unless you are the child of like fucking some guy who owns like a fucking investment bank, you don't need to put yourself in a hawk to get married, right?
Right.
You could have. I've been to some of the best weddings I've been to. Have been the simplest fucking weddings. Like I had a buddy who got married in a fucking in a park, and like they had it in a park. Like that's what they did. Like it was like they rented like a public park up in Maine, and it was an awesome fucking time, right? So like I'll give you an example. Me and my wife got some guy who cost like $5,000 to take our pictures. Never got our pictures. I never followed up with the guy. I'm like, do you have a fucking flip phone? You can take pictures. Like you just don't need that nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, you just don't. Like you get a bunch of people to take pictures of you.
I'm
So
with
like,
you.
don't blow your money on the important shit. Is what I'm saying. Booze.
Right.
Blow your money on the booze. Blow your money on like fucking an awesome DJ or band, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right. And those are the most important things. Like that's the shit that people are gonna.
I didn't think I was gonna like a band, because my cousin, who was like damn near a brother to me,
Yeah.
he got married 4 years ago, something like that. It was his brother than me. That's you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's how close we were. And he had a band, and I didn't think I was like, you got a band, dude?
Yeah.
You got a band? Like, what are we doing? We're not in the fucking 20s.
Wedding bands are totally different.
Dude, I had a blast.
Yeah.
They went through every genre.
Yep.
Like they fucking killed it. And it was up in New Hampshire. The dance floor was not as big as I would like, but I would also like to be in the middle of Gillette Stadium
Sure.
and just like have fucking the most room ever.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter.
Yeah.
People would dance on fucking tables at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a great wedding.
Yep.
And the band, like, I was that guy. You guys fucking rock. You know what I mean? I was all over them. And I was this close to them because it was
Yeah.
a fucking smaller venue.
Sure.
But it was also a hotel, which is awesome because, like, if I wanted to go take a shit, I could just walk up the stairs in my room. Like, that's where it was.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. It's great.
Yeah.
But
Wedding bands. What people,
I'm an advocate for wedding bands now.
Well, because here's the thing. I think that what people don't realize that like most wedding bands are kind of built like a basketball team. What I mean by that is like
Best of the best.
You got a point guard. You got a guy who can do everything. You like a lot of these bands. Like you got a woman that can sing the fucking.
It was
Celine
a
Dion
woman.
shit. They got a guy that can sing Billy Joel, and then sometimes they got a guy who can fucking rap. Like I had my friends of ours had a wedding down in South Carolina, and they were doing fucking Andre 5000 and shit. Outcast. I was like,
Dude.
yes.
This lady started it off. This is how they reeled me in.
Yeah.
They started off with Can't Stop the Feeling, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
I was like, these people are great. You know what I mean? These people
my
know what
people.
they're doing. Yeah.
These are my people.
And then they went all over the place. And then my cousin's favorite song is Piano Man at the end.
Yeah.
They played the tunes and he was on the mic the whole time with his new wife. And they were just fucking, and everyone was la, 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 la.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was great.
You know what's funny is that like so the thing that I loved about obviously my own wedding, like personally just having my own wedding, was that like it had this like epiphany when it was happening where I'm like, all right, you got your wife's side of the family, your side of the family, right? Everybody's different. I mean, my wife's side of the family's not from, the North Shore. They're from like Metro West.
Right.
So like they interact at like family parties once in a while, but like everybody was there, and I'm like, everybody I fucking like in the world is in this fucking room
Right.
now. Like
Right.
my specific fucking group.
Right.
Like to me, like that's a cool feeling. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To be like, all my people are in this fucking room right
Dude, the wedding, like I said, the wedding I was just recently at, it was at Anthony's, which the bride's family owns it. Massive venue.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, there has to be 320 people there. That's a
Yeah.
lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a lot of
now.
people.
That is a lot of people.
But like everyone, it was fucking, what a great time.
Yeah.
What a great time. And again, it's families of both sides. I'll get to that in a minute. But I couldn't have I couldn't have asked for a better time at a venue where like the family, like they treated me like I was their own. Like
Sure.
I'm like I'm the groom now. He's like my boy, and I've known him for a couple of years. But like obviously I met him through his wife, and I just felt like one of. And here's the crazy part. So as you're looking to where your table is or whatnot, there's a shit ton of Gillises, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? And come to find out, his dad's stepmother is Gillis. And I go, where the fuck are they from? I'm rattling off. And they're all from
Doing 23andMe?
Yeah.
You grabbing hair samples?
Yeah. And he's like from the hunt, so I'm like, oh, he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Right? So, but it was awesome. It was a great time. Great wedding. I didn't know where I was going with that.
Let me give you a fun fact about my wedding. I think I've mentioned that my mother can be an eccentric person. What my mother says goes. This is like the way my mother is, right?
Yep.
Like I think I mentioned this about the fruit cups and the Weight Watchers episode.
Yep, sure.
It's my mother's way or it's the fucking highway. There's just no coming about it. So I know it's well documented that you are a better dancer than Justin Timberlake. In a formal life,
I hope he knows this.
I'm documented as being a solid dancer. I can dance. I can keep up, right? Me and my mother, what we danced to at my wedding was not like some slow song. We did the dance from Pulp Fiction.
No, you didn't.
Swear to God, Vincent
That's
Vega
awesome.
and fucking Uma Thurman, and like the whole thing with the
You
suit
did the whole
coat
thing?
and the fucking,
Hell yeah.
the whole thing, fucking, and blew the fucking roof off the place.
That's awesome.
Obvious, fucking,
That's awesome.
obviously.
How long you been married?
That's a great question, Dan. I think 17 years. Coming up.
All
on
right,
17.
so no, but the reason I asked that is like because a lot of people like doing these like surprise dances now, and you were before that.
Oh, there wasn't a thing back then.
Right.
This was like my mother being like, "No, I want to do the dance from fucking Pulp Fiction."
That's
like, and,
awesome.
Like, we're gonna fucking do it.
That's awesome.
All right, let me give you a little pro tip. I'm gonna drip some pro chicks in here, and you can do the same thing.
Okay.
I've been to a lot of weddings. I've been to a lot of summer weddings, which were coming up in summer season,
Yep.
wedding season. A lot of summer weddings. If you are at a summer wedding and it happens to be hot, and it's outdoors, like my sister's was, which was up in like Ipswich or something. Even if you are a trained drinker, as both Dan Gillis and I are,
Yeah.
my recommendation would be to stay on the beer, stay on light beer for that day, because I have even gotten myself into trouble in a situation where I was like, wow, it's fucking hot as balls. I'm sweating my dick off, and I'm drinking Cape Cod like somebody's trying to steal them out of my hands.
Buddy. One of my best friends on earth, Sherrod, right, lives out in Arizona.
Yeah.
His wife is from East Coast. I want to say Jersey. I could be wrong. He's from Malden. They live in fucking Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, right? Hey, I'm getting married. You're a groomsman. Come out to the wedding. Obviously,
Yeah.
right? I go to the wedding. The wedding is at 10 a.m., like the ceremony, because
Yeah.
it's fucking
It's
200
hot,
degrees. So it's outdoors. It's in the backyard. And the ceremony is at 8 o'clock at night at this venue. So we had a whole bunch of time to kill. But, like, they had it behind the house. Great fucking time. The food was catered by, like, a taco truck. It was fucking
Sure.
sick. That's what I mean. Another small wedding that, like, I had a great time at. Dude, so this guy was like, the guy that owned the house, like, what do you drink? Like, he had a full bar. And Sherrod, like, will have a mixed drink here and there. He's not me and you.
Yeah.
So he goes, what do you want to drink? And I'm like, what do you got? He goes, I have everything. He goes, but why don't you try one of these? So I take it. It's like a tall boy. I'm looking at it, not thinking of it, anything of it. I'm halfway through it. He goes, hey, by the way, man, do you smoke? I go, no, why? He goes, that's a cannabis beer. I go, what? Dude, the minute he said it, I felt paralyzed. Dude, I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, it's infused with weed. And I was like, what? No, my boy Sherrod, he don't swear, he don't smoke,
Yeah.
barely drinks.
Yeah.
This is the guy's house. He just hands me a fucking container of drugs in liquid form. And he goes, yeah, and I'm halfway through it, right? So I look at his brother and I'm like, you have one of these too? And he's like, nah, man, there's weed in that. I was like, no one tells me this shit. Which, whatever. I fucking went home, or I went to the hotel. We laid down for a little bit, me and my other boy, not in the same bed. But,
Jerked each other off.
yeah, we went down to the pool. We had fucking, there was like an arena football team there.
Yeah.
Massive humans.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there telling my high school football stories. I was shit-faced. and high apparently. It was just insane. And then we had a great time later on at night. But you're absolutely right about outdoor shit but then just don't get drug infused drinks.
I can tell you I've only seen my dad wicked fucked up twice. Like my dad drinks, crushes beers.
Yep.
And he's not he's like, he has his four beers, something like that, whatever. He's in control.
Yep.
We were to a wedding in Vegas, my cousin, and they were passing around espresso martinis like they were Dixie cups at a fucking marathon.
Love
right?
espressos.
And Cosmos. So he's over there. It's kind of loud. We were in this club at Bellagio at the time, the wedding there. And all of a sudden, my dad comes over to me. He's like, rah, rah, and I'm like, whoa! Like he was shot out of a cannon, after the fucking happy hour. So that's my other pro tip, is that if you go to a wedding and they're passing around martinis, this has happened to me before, and luckily the girl I took to the wedding was I think one's a good number for you. Because here's the problem: if you're a light beer drinker, that's primarily what I drink, right?
Yep.
Light beer. You know what you're gonna get out of 5 beers. You've seen
you're
this
a pro
movie
with it.
before,
You're a
right?
pro with it.
When you start and you also probably drink them very fast because that's what you do. And especially if you're a wedding, nervous energy. If you start sucking down fucking martinis and fucking shit like that, you could be you don't want to be the person at the wedding.
That's
that
always
people
always my downfall. I just. I'm
gonna get drunk, but you won't be the first one who's drunk, and people are like, "Whoa, he's fucked."
Wow, he's never been here before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But before that, no. We'll stay on that. If you're, because here's the thing, I've been in so many weddings, right?
Yeah.
So every time I've been a groomsman, there's always been a guy that has, whether it's the best man or another groomsman, he's like, "Hey, I got us right here, and there's a flask,
little flask, yeah.
something, right?" So usually I'm already a little fucking pickled.
Sure.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? By the time they say I do. Not pickled, but I'm feeling loose.
Yeah, you feel good.
So by the time they say, open bar or whatever, I'm in pitches or whatever, can I get you a drink? Yeah, Jameson ginger, right off the rip.
Yep.
And then that's what I'm drinking the rest of the night.
Yeah.
But that's also backfired on me.
By the way, all these rules and pro tips I'm giving you, I break on a regular basis. So I just want to say that, I know what to do. I don't follow my rules. And here's the other problem. You just mentioned open bar. Okay. Open bar for people from Massachusetts, Greater Boston area, it's like a cattle call. Dude, it's like they're giving away gasoline right now.
Yeah.
People are fucking. You're just excited. You're like, dude, this is free.
Yeah.
Fucking, you're giving me this shit?
That's
Now,
it.
I've always had this conversation with my buddies. I'll never forget. We go to a wedding one time, and he goes, is it open bar? And I'm like, other than the fact that you might have to go to the ATM, does it matter? Because you're going to... I go, I don't care if the beer's at $18.
Right.
I'm just going to drink the same amount anyways.
Right.
Nobody's going to stop me. But open bar is a fucking... Now, I've been to tons of weddings that aren't open bar, and I'm
Right.
totally fine with that.
Same.
I'm fine with
Same. Or it's only been beer and wine.
Which I'm totally fine with too.
Same.
And I'm also okay
These people
with,
just invited you to your fucking wedding. What are you going to complain?
yeah, and I'm also fine with pay for your own beer or they give you an hour of open bar
Right.
and then the happy hours, whatever. I am gonna drink whatever I'm gonna drink anyways. It's not gonna matter. But open bar is it is a little puts a little fucking. You get that little feeling like you
It's
go
awesome.
off the roller coaster hill and you're about to drop. It's
So
woo.
the thing I have with open bar, right? I've bartended before. I think you have too.
Yeah, I'm bar backed.
Okay. You need to have the right people to bartend during open bar. These people walk up and granted, when it's an open bar, always, it's a golden rule. I come up, how you doing? I throw a 20 right in the tip.
Yep.
I will be back in 10 minutes. Don't forget me.
Exactly. Yeah.
And whether I leave them with 100, 40, it all depends on how fucking quick I can get there.
Sure.
I always start off with a 20. It's open bar.
Yeah.
I'm spending fucking money regardless.
Exactly.
The bartender behind the place has to have a good fucking attitude. I've been to some weddings where they are miserable fucks because they don't think people are,
Sucks.
because they think they're not getting tipped.
Yeah.
And it drives me crazy.
I agree with you.
And I've been on both sides of this. That's why I say you need to have the right people on it. If it's an open bar, yes. Do people leave beers that are fucking half empty everywhere? Yeah. They're fucking slobs, and they're like, it's an open bar. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
That's aggravating, because
Yep.
at the end of the day, you got to clean it up. At the same time, you're probably leaving there, my opinion, you're probably leaving there with more money with an open bar than you didn't if you didn't have an open bar as a
Yeah.
bartender.
Yeah.
Because people that have half a brain are going to be like, holy shit, this is an open bar. I have a wad of money for all this fucking booze I'm going to drink. I should probably take care of the bartender.
Exactly.
And it happens often.
Yeah.
I've done weddings with open bar. I've done weddings with not open bar. And it's probably 50-50.
Sure.
But you're not leaving there broke.
No.
You know what I mean? You're not leaving there broke.
No, and like you just said, that's a fucking amazing pro tip. Is like if you are going to open bar, and you're establishing your order,
Yes.
right? Because you're generally speaking, you're gonna have there's gonna be a couple of things that are consistent in your order every time because you're drinking say Cape Codders
Right.
or Jameson Gingers, right? If you throw that $40 the first time, you are establishing
They'll never forget
level
you.
of dominance
Yep.
over the other patrons.
That are putting $2 in.
You are shoving them all into fucking lockers immediately.
Absolutely.
Right? And because knowing us, like I said, I'm going to be going to the bar a lot. So I'm going to need some special fucking service there.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I
if
mean?
you don't mind, fucking remember me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And if it's Andrew Jackson that does it, then so be it.
Yeah, exactly. What do we need to do here?
Right.
What kind of wheels do I need to grease
That's
to get
it.
this thing
And
done the right
that's
way?
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
If it's one or two of them, they'll at least get you. First you had what was the line DiCaprio said? First you had my something. Now you have my attention.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what it was. But I feel like you need to have the right people behind. Even dude, a couple weeks ago I graduated.
Yeah.
And there wasn't an open bar.
Yep.
Which I was kind of bullshit about, but
Yep.
whatever. I had money on me.
Sure.
But the people behind it were just miserable. If you don't want to be a bartender, or if you don't want to be happy as a bartender, don't be a bartender.
Yeah.
You need to have a personality behind there.
Yeah.
Whether it's a fucking wake or it's a
I
goddamn
agree.
wedding.
That's because I was at a resort recently where the bartenders were fucking. I felt like I was like at a funeral. It's like, give me a little something here. Like I don't need a heavy life story, but like how about a smile,
Anything.
and like a fucking pep in your step.
Anything.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not asking for fucking split
Like
atoms.
my old man used to always say, he's like, nothing worse than a bartender with his eyes glued to the ground the whole time. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, they're never looking for you. It's like,
Right.
come on, give me something.
Christ.
Um,
there was a guy one time who again, I'm fucking guilty of it. Some days you have a shit day.
Sure.
And it was a wake, and he asked for a Cape Codder, and I definitely put too much cranberry in there.
Yep.
And he goes, Jesus, buddy, I'm not passing kidney stones. Immediately laughed. Got him the drink. I was like, buddy, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He goes, when shut awake, I'm not passing kidney stones. Fucking lost it. All right.
I got a great, real quick open bar story. So my buddy, Dave Blanchard, he is from Melrose. I'm not saying anything bad about him, so I can use his name. He got married in Syracuse, New York. His father-in-law works for Budweiser. He's like I don't know if he's a driver or whatever. He's worked there his whole life.
Yep.
So he was like drunk one night at his in-laws in Syracuse, New York, and he was like, somehow Bud Ice came up.
Oh,
And he goes,
good grief.
He goes, oh yeah. He goes, my buddies love Bud Ice. He's like busting balls, like, cause, he used to drink in high school to be as fucked up as possible. But he's like, just said it as like an offhanded joke. But father-in-law took it as like, oh okay, it's a mental note. His boys like Bud Ice, so he gets like a case a week for free.
Yeah.
So he stockpiled to have an open bar, which was great. You know what I mean? So like all Budweiser products, and like he had like 52 cases from the year, whatever it was, right? And so as we're like driving there or whatever, he's like, dude, so I went home like before this thing to order his wife's place. And he's like, oh, your friends are gonna be psyched about the wedding. He's like, oh yeah, I know you've been you get all the Budweiser stuff. And he's like, no, I've been specifically talking about Bud Ice for your boys because you mentioned that you love their Bud Ice. So he's like, you guys all have to drink Bud Ice tonight. And I'm like, that's fine, but we cannot be held for our fucking responsible for our actions.
Right.
I'm like, because we were all fucking just ossified. This thing's wrecked. Don't drop those little casual jokes unless you're ready to drink Bud Ice.
Yeah,
all night.
unless you can't figure out that we're fucking kidding. Something I wanted to talk about. Appetizers, right?
Talk to me, Goose.
Scallops wrapped in bacon. Is it even a wedding if you don't have it? If you have them,
You're speaking my language.
I love when you're in, whether it's a happy hour, whether you first get there, whether it's an open bar all night, and the lady's walking around with scallops wrapped in bacon, and she goes, would you like one? I go, you don't even have to leave. And I just use the same fucking toothpick, and I'm just fucking devouring the entire Atlantic Ocean.
Appetizers are the best part of the wedding from a food perspective. So I want to talk about this too. You know what the biggest buzzkill of the wedding is? Fucking dinner break.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we've talked about this before. I like to eat. I love food. I enjoy it. At a wedding, I could go without it. Give me the appetizers.
Right.
Past hors d'oeuvres, let me party. There's nothing worse than like, all right, everybody sit down and eat this fucking chicken. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to suck and shoot the shit and fucking
Right.
hang out and party.
Right.
Like, don't bring me down right now and ruin my buzz.
I'm with you a zillion %. And I'm also like, whenever you get like, would you like the fucking, the fucking steak or the fucking fish or whatever?
Yeah.
I judge you off that. Because like, if I don't like it, I'm like, I'm never going to come here. Because 9 times out of 10, it's a restaurant somewhere.
Sure,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm like, but I don't know if like that should be, I don't know if like, we should be able to pick right then and there. Like,
I also think we should also have an option to be like, yeah, I'll pass on dinner.
save yourself some bucks.
Yeah, save yourself some money. I'm not an eater.
Yeah.
I'm not for eating at this event. I went to speaking of past hors d'oeuvres, I went to a wedding with my wife who, Maggie's from Needham. Most of her friends are like, we're totally middle class, but she does have a couple friends that come from the cash. But this wedding was at a horse farm in Vermont, right? So we're already like, we're playing it.
Out of
Let's
the
put it this
element?
way. There was no Newland Street barbecue at this.
Ooh,
at this,
what a
at this
fucking,
thing.
what a reference. If you weren't there, kill yourself. What a time.
See, I ingest everything that comes up on Facebook. They're doing past hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
I don't know if you fuck with sushi, but I like sushi a lot, right?
Certain sushi I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. So I see what I believe is, what looks like to me, a piece of tuna sashimi with some type of I thought it was like a wasabi type of thing on it, right? So I just offhandedly grab it off this tray, right? As it's passing by. I'm in a conversation with like 6 people that I don't really know that well, right?
Fucking tofu.
I throw the whole thing in my mouth. It's a pickled pear with goat cheese on it.
Oh.
First of all, when you put something in your mouth that you didn't think it was, like if you thought it was a brownie but it was like meat, you know what I mean? Like I was so off. And then as I realized that I'm committed, I'm pot committed now because I'm like, I gotta eat this thing. I just put it in my mouth.
Pickled pear.
It's got it has a stem and a fucking core in it. So I'm like, and I'm we're in the middle of a field.
Third base coach.
No,
Fucking-
there wasn't a bathroom to run to. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, what? How am I getting this fucking thing out of my mouth? So the lesson there is if you're going to fancy weddings, make sure you know what you put in your fucking in your pie hole.
I am all about the appetizers. I think scallops wrapped in bacon, that's the GOAT.
Yeah, what do you give me? Give me your top 3.
Scallops wrapped in bacon, 1, 2, 3. No, sir.
Well, I mean that's like there's scallops wrapped in bacon, then there's every other thing there.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
right.
not
Yeah,
like a really.
it's in a category by itself. Fuck, man. You want to talk about putting me on the spot?
So I like oftentimes they'll have some type of kind of like an egg roll type
Yeah,
of
but
option with like a little dip there.
Yes.
Like a Thai chili
Yes,
sauce
yeah,
type of
yeah.
thing. I'm all over that.
I'm
That's
with
good.
that. I'm with that.
And I mean I'm a big shrimp cocktail guy, so if they have that, I'll love to grab a couple of those.
Yeah, just
Get down
give
with
me all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shrimp cocktail's my number 2, I think.
Hors d'oeuvres is so much better than the meal for me. I just am all over it. I don't need any I don't need the dinner rolls. I don't need all that shit. Just give me all the hors d'oeuvres you have.
Just keep walking around.
Yeah, and you know what's another one? Like when they have like a little chicken stick type of thing, like almost like a teriyaki chicken stick type thing.
Yep.
Like give me that all day.
Yeah, I'm with you. If there was no, and it's fucked up because 9 times out of 10, everybody would be like, yeah, if I'm totally ordered. The minute I don't have a dinner, they'd be like, what? Why wouldn't you have a dinner? Do we need it?
No.
Do we need it? We
Yeah.
don't need it. We don't need it. But I'm gonna have it. I know I am.
No, I totally agree.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
have you ever been to a wedding? Actually, I'm sure you have, where they have party favors at the end of the night. Like sometimes it's like it might be like the fucking centerpiece.
Yep.
Where they the DJ will make a
Sure.
song or whatever. So my cousin Ben got married. He's half Jewish. He had a Jewish wedding. The whole
Yep.
the whole hoopla.
I've been to one of those.
It was awesome. But at the time, he worked for, this was like one of the dopest fucking party favors ever. At the time, now, mind you, he's a Melrose kid. He lived on Porter Street.
Okay.
He went to MIT. He went to St. John's, went to MIT.
Okay.
He's very stupid. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, how do you know this kid?
Yeah, he's very stupid. All my cousins are extremely
Oh,
smart.
that's right. I forgot that. Yeah.
Me and my
I forgot.
siblings were like the dumb ones, but everyone else went to Division I fucking schools. But he is incredibly smart. We went to his wedding. At the time, he was working for Dr. Pepper. So, at the end of the night, we're taking all the, we're leaving, and they had like little fucking nips of Dr. Pepper and boozes. And I was like, I'd never,
What?
dude, first off, I've never seen a nip of Dr. Pepper.
No.
He found them somehow.
Yeah.
Everyone left there with a nip of Dr. Pepper, or like a few of them, and like Tito's or like Captain and Coke. And dude, it was fucking sick. And I was like, I think I was just confused about like the little Dr. Peppers. And I was like, it's the sweet one.
Yeah.
And it was fucking awesome. And like now, like you could never get it at a bar. Like, can I have a Dr. Pepper and
it's probably
Tito's?
some fucking specialty fucking thing.
Dude, but like afterwards, we were all just fucking there, and I was like, I want to know what this tastes like. Dr. Pepper's a great mixer, dude.
Dr. Pepper's great.
Great mixer.
Have you ever done a Dr. Pepper, like, you ever done the beer drink of Dr. Pepper?
The what?
So we used to do it in college. So you take a shot at, I think it's amaretto, and you grab a Bud Light. You put a Bud Light in a pint glass, you drop that fucking thing, and you smash it. It tastes like a fucking Dr. Pepper.
No
It's
shit.
the weirdest fucking thing you've ever done.
I've done the peanut butter and jelly shot.
Yep.
You ever done a breakfast shot?
No, what's that?
Oh, baby. Breakfast shot is Jameson, peach schnapps, orange juice, and there's something else. You sip it, it's like pancakes and syrup.
Really?
It's fucked up.
I need to try that.
It's fucked up. It's the
Uh,
biggest mind fuck going.
have you done picklebacks before?
Oh,
See,
yeah. Oh,
now,
yeah.
and here's the thing that's interesting about picklebacks. I'm not being a hard ass. I'm just saying, like, I don't mind a shot of Jameson. It doesn't bother me to do it.
Right.
But it is a weird thing, like, when you take that pickle shot, and you're like, it totally removes the back end.
It doesn't, yeah.
It's weird.
Like, how much of an alcoholic did you have to be to figure that one out?
I know. Like, you're like, hey.
Hey, hon, do me a favor. Grab me the Vlasics.
That's like that thing I always say, like, it's like, how do people figure out that, like, these certain fish were poisonous, but you could eat them if you cut them in a certain way? It's like, how many people died to figure out this recipe? You know what I mean? Like, well, if you gut it first, then you remove these two glands, you can eat it. It's like, how many times did you have to go back to the well to find that out? Like,
So-
people keep dying to be like, hey.
It's two people, and they're like, you eat the gland,
Yeah.
and you don't.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We're like, I mean, some things you just ate constantly, and you're like, I guess that you can never make that. You just always die.
Actually, before I say this one. So you were just talking about, like, how all the families were, like, interjecting or whatever.
Yeah.
What I cannot stand is the weddings that say, take a seat, we're all family. I'll tell you why. So you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? We're like,
Yeah.
we're all family now, just there's no assigned seating.
Sure.
First off, everyone is still going to go their separate ways.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. Let everyone sit with their family while they eat. By the time the music comes on, you guys are all going to be making out with each other and
Sure.
fucking having the time of their life. I understand what you're trying to do, but I think it's totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
We're all a family now. Please sit with people that you don't know. No.
No.
Because for that first hour and a half, you're going to be like, so what do you do for work? First episode, we talked about it. Hey, my name's fucking Brendan, and can we not do this right now?
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny because I went to a wedding, guy who we're going to see in a couple weeks, but your boy Fitzy there. He
my
works
guy.
with this kid, Jonathan Clark. I think Clark, he listens to this.
I think that guy just responded to this, something that you posted.
Clark?
Yep.
Yeah, Clark's the best. He's the funniest motherfucker you've ever met in your life. He's fucking hilarious. Anyways, a guy that was at the wedding that knows Clark, like, complained that, like, he was at an upstairs table. And I looked at him, I'm like, you get to sit with Clark. Are you really, first of all, don't ever fucking complain about where
you sit.
You were sitting. Don't be a fucking clown. Like, just do your thing.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. Like, if I could sit at every wedding with Clark, I'd fucking sign up for that.
We had, the last wedding that we were just at, we had a guy that we didn't know. And the only reason he was there and his wife wasn't, because she was one of the bridesmaids. She comes over to us, who I know. She goes, my boyfriend is extremely shy. I go, oh, yeah, not tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, we're just going to get him directly out of the show. And he goes, hey, guys, I'm just going to watch the Celtics game if that's all right. I'm like, that's all right. We're watching the Celtics game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So We went through the ceremony. He wasn't a dancer. I'm like, Scotty, you gotta get up here, pal. What do you want, a beer? And he was like, I got this one. Like, he was a cool dude.
Cool, yeah.
Shy as shit.
Yep.
You know, I'm not gonna make anyone feel fucking awkward.
No, of course
You know
not.
what I mean? But like, I don't know why. We don't have to do that.
No.
Just let everyone sit with themselves. The minute the music starts, your most obnoxious people, me, are gonna get up on the dance floor first, and I'm gonna be talking and dancing with everybody anyway.
Yeah.
And at the bar, and in the bathroom. This is a great wedding. This is the best time of my fucking life. You don't need to do that awkward stage in the middle or the beginning of the wedding and say,
No.
You don't have to do that.
Not at all.
You don't have to
I
do
couldn't agree with you more.
So let's ex-nay that.
Yeah. All right. Let me give you some more pro tips.
Please.
Here, real quick. You are getting married. You're the married person. Now, I'm already taking a risk here that like I might have to have a retort with you because of maybe you're doing this. Okay. Assuming you have a wedding party, okay?
Yep.
You have 3 options of how you're gonna sit, specifically you. Here are the marry, fuck, kill of these 3 options. Okay. Option number 1 is a round table that you sit at with your wedding party or
Yep.
your family, whatever you choose. Right? That's my marry. The other ones are kills, but I'll go with a fuck for a long head table where they all sit in a fucking row like the Last Supper, for Christ's sake. It looks like a bunch of Irish people at the Last Supper.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like shouting down the row.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what is this, a fucking medieval dinner or is this
Right.
a fucking wedding?
Right.
Worst option, just is what it is. Honeymoon table. The one-on-one, like, I love my wife. She loves me. I want to talk to some other people.
I'm gonna lose that battle, I think.
You're going to be at a honeymoon table. I knew you were going to be at a honeymoon table.
I think I'm gonna lose that. I hope I'm not. I would. The long table's out because I'll tell you why. We have way too many. There's not enough tables.
No, that's the problem. So that's what happens. That's how you get fucked into the honeymoon table.
So no, everyone's gonna be. If we're not at a round table with our own people, then we're just not at a fucking. We're not at a.
Yeah. The
That's
only
it.
reason I think the honeymoon table is the most ludicrous thing in the world is like everybody's just looking over at you. It's like you and your
Ding,
girl.
ding, ding, ding,
yeah.
kiss out,
Yeah,
kiss,
exactly.
yeah,
It's like
just do it.
It's fucking ridiculous. Let me give
And
you
the most minuscule thing bothers me, like anything. So like if they keep doing it, I'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like enough. And I'll be like, give me the fucking DJ. Let's go microphone. I'd be like, enough, fucking enough.
yeah. So I think that the honeymoon table, if you could choose, you don't want it.
I don't want it, but again, I think.
Hey, listen,
I might lose that battle.
I've lost more battles than
And
you
I've
can
won.
exactly than have been won. And so I was already feeling like you were going to lose that battle. already.
I'm probably gonna lose that one.
We talked about DJ a band, right?
Yep.
By the way, I had a band at mine. They were awesome. Search Party. I don't know if they still do it, but they were great. And they knew that I played music. They're like, "Will you get up and play a song with us?" I'm like, "Fuck no!" I'm like, "I'm not working tonight." I'm like, "You guys fucking play the tunes. I want to just dance and hang out."
That's it.
You get a DJ, I'm assuming.
I am getting a DJ, which it's good because I was gonna talk about that next. No. Go for it.
No. This is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a DJ. I think we already have like the guy picked out, which is awesome. He plays everything from whatever, which is good. I'm doing a DJ. I'm not fully against the band.
Well, here's one problem with the band. First of all, they take up a lot of fucking space.
Yeah, but like where I'm getting married, they have a stage. They'll be fine.
That's true.
But
Yeah,
I don't know if I don't know. I just would rather a DJ. I'd rather instead of like telling a band like they have a fucking set where they're like this will kill.
Yep.
DJ, I can go up to him and he'll be like, yeah, it's fine. I can play that instead.
Yeah.
I think it's just easier.
Yeah.
But I also know this guy personally, and I'm pretty sure like I'm not gonna go up to him once either.
By the way, my favorite part about this episode is that you are getting married. So it's like, so all your friends that are listening, like after I say this next thing, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, this kid put me on the spot." All right, let's talk about gifts. Let's talk about wedding gifts.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I would like $5,000 a piece for everybody listening.
You want it to be like fucking Goodfellas.
Yep.
Here's my belief on it. It's a tiered system in my. First of all, it's kind of like, in a little bit like, I'll admit this now because I don't go to a lot of weddings anymore, so I can get away with it. And I don't know anybody that's getting married other than you. You can kind of tell how much I like you by what is in your envelope. That's just a thing. Like, there's a few people Like I give, if you are related to me directly, so my sister, like if you're my younger, like, and I have the money at that time,
Yep.
which at the time I did, like I'm giving you $500, right? If you're a friend of mine and I'm flush at that time too, and I really like you, we're in that neighborhood. I think the minimum is this for me. This is what I think. I think if you're bringing a date to a wedding nowadays,
For the meal.
yeah, you're paying. You want to reimburse them for at least what they got and give them a little extra, right? If you can. And by the way, not everybody has.
Right.
Like I got $25 from a few people that were related to me, and I'm like, I don't, whatever, fuck it.
Right.
First of all, like we paid for half of it, and her parents paid for some of it, whatever. But like, I don't hate the idea. This is what I was getting at. More than the cash, right? I don't hate the idea of gifts either. Like a random cool gift is fucking awesome.
I don't think why is gifts like actually still a thing?
I
I don't think people are walking in with fucking
No, but like a few
Ice
people,
makers.
like for example, like Maggie's uncle knew we were going to Aruba, so they got us a gift certificate to like a sick restaurant in Aruba.
Okay.
Something like that. Not like they're not coming in with like a fucking
Mini refrigerator?
Hey, here's a fucking mixer for you. That's the shit you get at like your fucking shower.
Right.
But I think that like
That's one of my favorite scenes in Old School. He goes, this specific model.
I gave this to you.
This specific model. He goes, no, this actual one. He goes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dude, I threw so much shit out that we got at our wedding. But yeah, and I think that like, first of all, registering for shit, all that stuff sucks. Just in general, leading up to weddings, showers, whatever. Baby showers is I know that we're getting off of weddings for a second, but you are also flush with children
Correct.
as I am. I'll never forget this moment. Went out all night with my buddies, fucked up out of my mind. Maggie was pregnant with Tess, our oldest at the time. So like she's like, we have to go to Babies R Us and like Framingham and like register. And I'm like,
There's one in Everett.
well,
Oh, there was.
We were living in like Milton at that time.
Oh, okay.
Like that was like a year we were living down there. So I'm like, this sounds fucking great. So we get down there, we get in the store. Like I have to say this, I am a bit of a selfish person. Like if there's something that's not in there that applies to me, I don't
You're
want to
mad.
be there.
Yeah, right.
And I'm mad. So I'm like if there was like a music section or something, I would hang out. But she's like, I'm like, all right. And she's like, this is gonna take like 2.5 hours. And I'm
Yep.
like,
Did you have the gun?
yeah. And I'm like,
All right,
I had no idea it was gonna take
Dude.
that long.
So, dude, so let me tell you something. So I did, obviously, when I had my kids, I did it, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, beep, 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 beep. And I had a good amount. My buddy Brian had a son roughly the same time I had Brendan. His fucking registry was the size of the Bible. I go, Brian, why does your newborn need a tricycle? He goes, I couldn't stop. And dude, I'm not kidding. It was an inch thick of Babies R Us shit. And he's like, I'm like, he's got like walkie-talkies and shit. I go, what are you doing? I couldn't stop. He must have went up and down every hour. Beep, 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 beep. So I get it. Now, as far as wedding gifts and stuff like that, like a bridal party or a bridal shower, whatever the case may be, I've never actually done one, I don't think yet. Is that mostly girl shit? It is, right? Or is
Yeah. Usually you're not. That's the worst. If you, by the way, you're probably in for it if you have a Jack and Jill because it's kind of like.
No,
I
the
mean,
guy-
it's
the guys
mostly
don't wanna
the
be
guy
there.
shows up at the end to help with the gifts.
The guys don't want to be there.
It's usually a bridal shower.
Yeah, okay. So, I want nothing to do with that.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it's not. Dude, you want to watch
Anything else. Equalizer
open
2.
gifts the whole yeah, exactly. Like that's fucking horrible. I do think, like I said, cash is king. That's a fact at weddings.
Yeah.
Here's
Here's a good one, though.
yeah,
Destination wedding.
that's an interesting question.
Do you give a gift for a destination wedding?
The only destination wedding
I've never been to
have
one.
been to
I've never been to
was my boss's at the time, and he was like, "I don't want any money from you." Like I know, like I was like, I didn't have any money to give him really.
Right.
But he's like, you don't have to give me shit. So destination weddings, I think it depends on. Like I said, listen, if you fucking driving around a Range Rover, obviously you're expected to throw the money around.
Right.
I think everybody understands this. Like if you don't have cash that time,
Right.
I don't want your money.
Right.
I don't, and I don't want you to reimburse me in 2 years and be like, oh, I still owe you that wedding gift.
Right.
Fuck off. You didn't have the money then. It's fine. But if you have money, I would expect you should give a gift, right? That's how it works.
Right.
But like I'm saying, like I really feel that way. Like I feel like if, like I remember like one of my buddies got married at one point. We had a ton of weddings that time. I had just left my business to start my own business, and it was like rough treading at that time. And he goes, dude, don't give me shit right now. He's like, don't do it. I gave him a gift for like a year, you know what I mean? But like, listen, if you got the cash, do it. If not, I want you there anyways.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know, if you want to stick a little extra in the envelope, I'm not gonna hate you for
Right,
it. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
of
Like, I'm
course.
not gonna fucking hate you for
Of
it.
course. I had this conversation with my buddy because he was supposed to be getting married. I don't know, Cancun, one of those places, Aruba.
Yep.
And he ended up making out because his fiance's cousin bought a banquet hall in Middleton. Bought it.
Holy shit.
So they're getting that for like extremely cheap.
Yeah.
So they obviously things have changed, and I go, you know, bud, if we were going to if me and Christy were going to see you, my gift is here. It's a hug.
Sure. Yeah.
Because like, I don't think it's necessary if you're spending X amount of dollars to be at the wedding. Usually, destination weddings are less than 100 people.
Yep.
Usually, unless you're fucking, you know, Bill Gates or whatever.
Sure.
But if you want the people there and they're willing to come, that's enough for a gift.
Yeah.
You're in paradise. That's my opinion.
Yes.
But
I think people know that too if they're doing that.
right. I didn't know if that was like common knowledge. I've never been to one.
Yeah, I've only been to one, and it was awesome.
Where was it?
It was in Cozumel in Mexico.
Fuck yeah.
It was like 4 days. We were down there. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
so you make a whole fucking vacation out of it.
Yeah, except you know the funny thing was that this is how broke we were at the time. That Maggie like she travels for work a ton, so she was like, well, I wasn't even gonna do it. She's like, I have all these points, like we can basically fly for free.
Right.
But like we had to do like planes, trains, and automobiles to get there. Dude. Like we flew to like Atlanta to fly to like Houston to fly down to Cozumel, down to Cancun to take a bus to take a boat. I'm not kidding, to Cozumel.
Holy shit.
Like it was like a full 16-hour. Like we was like going to fucking China basically,
Yeah,
like
Jesus
to get there.
Christ.
But it was fun. So yeah, I mean, I'm down with destination weddings. How do you feel about this thing? And I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just thinking about it. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Renewing your vows.
not a fan.
I'm out.
My sister did it. She was all about it. My sister Tammy, the Bible thumper.
Yeah.
She was all about it. Here's how quick my wedding is going to be. The quickest. And then it's going to be a banger party.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I'm not a devout Catholic, so I don't, there's no church involved, I don't think.
Yeah.
Unless something changes. But I'm going to have my buddy, who is damn near my cousin, not really, but like that close. I call his father Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
He's religious. He has done weddings before. I'm going to fucking pay him to say, y'all like each other?
Bang.
Bang.
Yeah. That's what
Play
you want.
Justin.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking very simple.
Never forget, like, because one of my buddies, his dad was a Charlestown firefighter, grandfathered in with the smoking rule, so he could still crank butts. Like, that's like absolute legend of a guy. He's actually the one who gave me that line that I said to you the other day,
Oh,
which is
what an incredible line.
which I don't think is racist or bigoted, but I'll say it anyways. Because it's not. It's when you say like I haven't done. I feel like I haven't been to a wedding since Christ was a Jew. I mean, it's a fucking
unbelievable
killer line. He said to me, I'll never forget, going to my buddy's wedding, walking in, and he's cranking a cigarette outside.
No,
and I'm like,
but real quick, you said that guy hasn't been fucked since Christ was a Jew.
Yeah.
That's
how
what the
he
call.
was- yeah.
And I
Yeah.
lost it.
That's how, like, when he said that to me, I was like, I'm like, every time something like that comes, I'm like, Rolodex,
Oh, yeah.
like, fill this up. I do credit him with it, but I remember he was standing in front of the church. He's like, Bo. I'm like, what's up? He's like, this fucking priest. I heard this guy is long-winded. I'm just telling you that right now. And I'm like, he was like a minister, the guy. He was a priest. And I'm like, first of all, I look at my buddy whose dad was.
He just gets the
I go,
word
"How
from
you
the-
got-" It was
from the archdiocese.
Dude, it was in Connecticut. It wasn't even like in Charlestown. He's like, I'm like, how is he getting the inside info on the
That's
fucking
incredible.
unbelievable?
He's got a fucking.
he's got a fucking.
He's Adam Scheffner of fucking weddings.
He's got a fucking review sheet, like
Just so you know, this guy over here in New Britain, Connecticut.
He's got an average running time of 49 minutes, 16 seconds. The furthest destination weddings I've gone to, I did go to a wedding in South Carolina.
That's in the States.
That's in the States. That's not really a destination wedding. That was an awesome wedding, although it was ridiculous because they got married and like it was an outdoor like procession, and then there was a not procession. It was outdoor like ceremony, then inside party. We sit down. It's like on this marsh in South Carolina. Beautiful. Fucking no seeing bugs come out. When I tell you, dude, people were like, it was like a Hitchcock movie. Like, people like slapping their faces. Like, it was like a fucking, like the wrath of God was coming down on the earth. Like
Really?
the 7 deadly sins. Yeah, so if you're going to get married in South Carolina in October, I would recommend you don't go to that marsh. They had a great band, though. That was a great band wedding, and that was an awesome wedding. I like to travel for a wedding. Like, I'm down for that. Like, I like to go for a weekend and be like, make it a thing. Now,
Yours will be like 2 miles down the road for mine.
what's that?
For mine, it's like 2 miles.
Oh,
down
yeah,
the road.
yeah, that's a destination.
You can walk and it'll be a destination.
Yeah, definitely walk there. I think that, like, another interesting thing is, like, here's a last pro tip I have on my list. If you're in the wedding, and now I've broken this tip, so at my own wedding, I've broken it at every wedding I've been to that I've been in the wedding party. Don't get drunk, but don't get fucking plastered out of your mind doing shots and shit.
As a groom or
as a groomsman
Yeah.
or groom, which I've done it both times.
Yeah.
And then you wake up in the morning and you have only one way out, and that's through, and you've got to drink and you got to hydrate, and then all of a sudden the shampoo effect comes in, and you're just chasing the dragon all day, just trying to stay on the fucking straight and narrow.
Even keel.
And like just trying to right the ship at all times.
Right.
It's like you're just trying to stay alive, basically. You know what I mean? That is a tip that's taken me many years to actually adhere to. But if you can keep it to keep it to your Bud Lights that night, you're gonna be a lot better off than if you
I agree.
fucking twist it off and just start fucking cranking out shots. And,
Absolutely.
Which I've done like a million times, like I said.
I would I tell you this now, like that would be my plan. Don't know if it's gonna happen.
Let me ask you a question. Are you going on a honeymoon?
We are.
Nice. Where are you going?
Barbados.
Nice.
Barbados. Now here's the good thing about Barbados. Obviously we're gonna stay in a resort. That's the plan. Obviously, again, things can fucking change with this one. But I also, my best friend on earth is from Barbados.
Yeah.
So like I want to go to where they're. There's uncles and aunts I've never met that still live over
Sure.
there. So like I want to go to their.
You want to go like Tony Bourdain, like
100%.
fucking eat the food,
100%.
like fucking do the real deal.
100%.
Yeah.
His father, I've said this a zillion times. Of course, I had a dad. His father taught. Actually, we're gonna talk about him on fucking Father's Day when we dedicate it to fathers.
Yeah.
He taught me more shit about being a man than anyone has.
Yep.
That's my guy.
Yep.
But I would love to go out there and meet his siblings.
Sure.
It's fucking because when we go out to Brooklyn and shit, where they lived before Malden,
Yeah.
I've met a couple of his sisters and they're awesome.
Yep.
And they all call him a different name, and I guess that's like a West Indian thing. Like they have a different name. Like your name is Brendan, but
Yeah.
to your siblings, you're fucking Patrick.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is he Patrick? And they're like, I don't know. And that's the only answer I've ever got. So my buddy's father's name is Carson.
Yeah.
Every one of his siblings come up, they're like, Tony. I'm like, why is he Tony? And they're like, that's his name.
Well, it's kind of like you, Bruce.
But that was just my mother.
Yeah,
That was just my mother.
yeah.
Like, no one else calls me that.
Yeah.
But, there's no rhyme or reason for
Sure.
it. There's no rhyme or reason for it. But I can't wait to.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's the
Do
plan.
do you have any idea what you I'm going to ask this because you know what? This should be kept between you and your girl, but
Well,
I always
ask it.
think
If I can't answer it, I won't.
well, no. I'll just tell you what I did, and then you can tell me if you want to answer.
What's up?
So we had to pick our wedding song, right? Like what you're gonna dance to,
Oh, we already have ours.
Okay, all right. I always think it's funny because mine is. I feel like it's such a good. I didn't pick it for this reason, but it's a song by John Hyatt. It's called "Have a Little Faith in Me." And it's basically my father's like, yeah, if you get married to you, he's like, you better have faith, fucking, it's like you're gonna have that conversation a few times.
The song that we have, very little people know.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking dope song.
Nice.
I'll catch myself just in the car by myself, just singing it.
Yeah,
It's a good song.
Awesome.
Speaking of songs, is there a must?
By the way, it's better. Real quick, it's better to have
People
John
that-
Hyatt's "Have a Little Faith" means not like a mainstream known song.
Right.
It's better to have it be something that this is important.
No, actually, when one of my sisters, Nicole, when she got married, she did the father's daughter, which I've heard 100 times since then, but I loved her first. Good grief, what a fucking song!
great song.
What a song! But speaking of songs, is there a must-play song at weddings? I have one. There's a bunch of them, but if this is not played at my fucking wedding, I'm gonna go off the Richter.
Give me it.
The Twist.
Oh, I got big stock in the Twist.
Dude.
I'm a Twist. You know why the Twist is awesome? Go ahead. You start and tell me.
All right, so I never really appreciated the Twist until I was in my butt. Again, you got married at the Hawthorne?
Yeah.
So this is at the Hawthorne Hotel,
Yep.
Salem, Mass. And my buddy Troy got married there. I was a groomsman. His parents, Twist come on. These people are the nicest humans on earth. They're fitness freaks. They do everything by the book. Like, barely swear.
Yep.
Fucking sports nuts for like youth sports. He was my coach forever. Twist came on. I saw two people that just were not the same. And I was like, holy shit. And they're fucking into it, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Come on, baby.
oh my God, Chubby Checker, let's fucking go. And they were, like, everyone was around them.
Yeah.
And I said, so help me God, you're coming to my wedding. I don't care if we, like, I can't explain how much that song after that meant to me. Like, usually it'd be like, I don't know, what's another fucking wedding song that's out there? That's at every wedding. Probably fucking Journey because we're white people. Don't Stop Believing. Which
Well,
that one,
like the slow ones, like Lady in Red.
yeah, fucking just bullshit ones.
Yeah.
Chubby Checker, The Twist, #1 wedding song of all time.
Fucks all the time. It fucks every time.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, it's so
fucking
good, dude.
amazing.
I agree. And here's the charm of the Twist, and the reason it's a hit is because it's a dance that any fucking guy can do, even if he sucks at dancing.
Right.
Like, so it's like, hey, stick your foot here,
Right.
and just move your hips like
Literally,
this.
just
and that's it.
squash a cigarette.
That's all you gotta do. That's a fucking dance right
It's
there.
fucking amazing. It's amazing.
For me, like a song that, like, if it comes on at a wedding, and it came on a lot of my friends' weddings because it was like very around when I was a kid, and I love it, and it fills me with like fucking. When it comes on, I'm like, oh, let's go. It Takes Two, but fucking, it's like that song is fucking the balls.
Good song.
Right there. Yeah.
Good song.
Yeah. Other songs like, I hate like, you know what? I'll never forget that wedding that my old man got wrecked at in Vegas. My Uncle John, he's not really my uncle, but we call him Uncle John. He's like, he looks like he's an extra on The Sopranos. And he's like, he goes, like, Dancing Queen came on by, how about I go to my father? Now,
Sign
I know
me
you,
up.
see, I'm all out. I think it sucks. So I said to my father, I go, fuck Dancing Queen. And he
Fucking
turns
Rachel.
around and he looks at me, he goes, Brendan, he goes, this is the best rock song ever written. And I'm like, and then it just goes dancing off. He's like a big heavy guy. I'm like, my father goes, there you go. That's all you need to know. Now I can see people like it. I get it. I just don't like it.
I think, here's the thing. We're going to have a very, very diverse crowd at my wedding.
Yes.
So, like, Journey, I don't want to hear. Unless it's, what's the song? Within My Arms or something like that?
Open up.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
Dude,
song slaps.
I agree with you, but here's my thing about Journey. Who can dance to fucking Journey?
Can't.
You can't.
Can't. But, like, most white weddings I've been to, it ends with, like, Don't Stop Believing.
Ugh.
And I'm just like, can we not?
I like that song.
And my brother, who's a fucking, he's listening right now. Jimmy, what's up?
100%.
Listen to me. He is the biggest fucking Journey fan on earth.
Really?
On earth. He might even have a Journey tattoo. I know he has Roadrunner, but he might have a Journey tattoo. It is, I Don't Stop Believing just doesn't do it for me anymore ever since fucking Tony Soprano. But Open Arms, that song is incredible.
Dude, it's a great.
The rest of that Greatest Hits album, because I really didn't have any of their albums because I wasn't fucking born yet.
I didn't either.
But that album, pretty decent. But you can't play it at a wedding.
No.
By
By the way, you just brought up a great thing that made
Whale in
me.
the Sky Keeps on Turning, I'm in.
Not
Not a
your brother
wedding
has a
song.
Roadrunner tattoo, right?
He does.
I think I've told you that my wife's cousin's husband's from Peabody, and he owned a roast beef place. And, like, he was the only person I vibed with on our side of the family because he was, like, for me. He's a North Shore guy.
Yeah.
And I said to him one day, like, we were sitting there, like, and I go, dude, the only thing more North Shore than owning a roast beef shop is having a Tasmanian devil tattoo. And he fucking lifts his shorts up and he's got a huge Taz tattoo. Of
course.
Like, that is like.
And it was on his thigh?
Yeah, of course it was.
Where do you think my brother's Roadrunner is?
Right on his thigh.
On his thigh.
Dude, it's the most North Shore 80s, like, early 90s
Yeah.
thing ever.
Yeah,
It's like.
he's going to crack up because my mother, like I said, we're 20 years apart. She's like, you'll never, ever get a tattoo. Never. And I was like, the minute I was 18, I was like, you know what I really need right now? A fucking cursive D on my forearm. and I got it. And then like I was like, I'll get the G next week, and that's still fucking wide awake. But I've had multiple tattoos since then. But she was like, your brother got a Roadrunner on his fucking thigh, and I'm like, all right, it's not the end of the world. I thought it was cool as hell.
I think it's fun.
And at that time, back in his day, you had to go to like New Hampshire or Rhode Island to get it.
Oh yeah, you couldn't just you couldn't just swing down to like Everett.
Right.
It's fucking nasty to give you a fucking tattoo.
Right.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, I mean, going back to it, it's like the dance by the night's the best part. I love it. Just seeing people cut loose. It's like weddings, just fucking do it. They're awesome. People get there like, and you know what the other thing is? We didn't even mention this, but if you happen to be a random single friend,
buddy, shut your face. Can I?
It's like I'm in your phone,
dude. Read what that says on my phone.
Groomsmen's bridesmaids get together at the end of the night.
How great is that? It's not fucking planned, and all of a sudden they're like, you know what? Let's just have a one night fucking fling.
Just bang tonight.
Bang tonight.
Yeah.
I think that is a great. It's better than the wedding,
dude.
Everyone's like, did you? You did.
It happened, right? And they never stay together. It's like
no.
Every time I've ever seen it happen, they're like they bang one night or they hook up one night and it's like it was whatever.
And they'll see each other at the
breakfast the next morning.
No, well that or like the fucking baby shower later on and you're like, hey, what's up?
Dude, it literally happens every time. I'll never forget one of the funniest things. I'm gonna say it. I don't think he listens to the show, and it's not really a slap at him at all. But my buddy Obi, probably shouldn't use his real name, but my buddy Obi. He
must be the only Obi ever.
You can't, exactly, in New England for sure. We went to my buddy's wedding, and there was this girl that she was friends with. My buddy Obi looks like an Obi. He looks like Irish as the day is long. Freckles, he looks Irish.
Yeah.
He's like, the other bridesmaid girl looked super Irish. Very similar complexion. And the next day, my first question to my buddy was, who got married. I'm like, dude, hey, did Obi hook up with that girl look like Obi? And she looked just like him. I'm like, dude, you just banged some chick, could have been your sister. Like, it was like, look, like imagine your kids, like, what they would have come out like with Irish flag tattoos. Like, been, like,
that's
ludicrous.
fucking hysterical.
But they, it happens every time. Now, the funny thing is, ironically, it's never happened to me. Because I feel like by the time I started going to weddings, like, I was already hooked up. So it was like, wasn't like I was like just like out there, you know what I mean?
So,
but it's a huge opportunity for you.
Well, here's the thing. My girl has cousins that are drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
My friends are no slouches. I won't hang with you if you're ugly. How about that? How
Yeah.
about that? That's how much I love you.
I agree with you.
All right. If you're ugly, that's because you're not my friend.
Yeah.
I think something could happen that night with somebody.
Okay.
I'm not foreplaying anything.
Sure.
I honestly think it might even be someone in the crowd that's
I think you meant forecast, but foreplay is what might happen.
same thing. Foreplay, yeah, you know what I mean. But I don't know. I don't think it's not going to happen. How about that?
Yeah.
I think something will.
Yeah.
And just because, like I said, it's going to be a banger.
Think about, not to cut you off, think about the recipe for this. You've got two people as dressed up as they're ever going to be.
Right.
They're in the mood for love. They're at a wedding.
Open bar. How do you know this person? How do you know that? Bang. There you go. Bang. Done.
And
do you want to dance? The DJ's going to play whatever. It's going to be nonstop bangers.
Yeah. And the other thing is, at a good portion of weddings you might be going to, you're staying at the place that you're at.
Right.
So it's like, you're like, let's just go up to our room and have one drink.
So here's where it gets hairy, right? So I'm obviously, you know where I'm getting married.
I know you're getting married, yeah.
1 mile down the road, it happens to be in Medford, is a hotel. We're probably gonna get a block of rooms there.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
We
might order a fucking shuttle for the night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's 1 mile.
Yeah. Dude, do you know who else gets laid at weddings? People who are already fucking married. Because they're like, fucking Jesus, we're out for the night. People are all dancing. We're all drunk.
Right.
I'm getting laid tonight. It brings out everything
it's
great.
It's a happy time. That's why we started this episode with, like, if you don't like weddings, you're a fucking idiot.
It is, dude, you're probably, like, from the last episode we do, you're probably one of those people who post on, like, community pages all day and complains about fireworks and shit.
Yeah, you
know
asshole.
I mean?
I wish, listen, even people I don't like, I hope their fucking weddings go good. It's the happiest time of your life. Supposed to be.
Yeah.
Supposed to be. You know what I mean? I wish I hope your your DJ, your band is fucking dope. Granted, they say it's for the bride. Fuck that shit.
No.
Fuck that shit. It's for everybody.
Yeah.
It's for everybody.
Yeah.
I always tell the kids that, because I haven't been married yet, everybody that's my boy, I go, the bachelor party's for you. Fuck off. It's for us.
Yeah.
It's for us. And I'm very selfish.
Yeah.
Fuck you. It's for us. Day of the wedding, it's for us. It ain't for you. And but I hope they return the favor. You know what I mean? Did you have a bachelor party?
Yeah, I did.
Where'd you go?
We went to. What the fuck did we do? We it was fun, but it was like not crazy great. It was like we took a bus. What did we do? We went down to. Oh, my buddy rented out the fucking hall in Medford, and we at the time we were all playing poker, so we played like a poker tournament. We had a bartended. Then we went out to dinner at the Kowloon, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then we did the fucking Route 1 fucking tour.
I know what tour that is.
Yeah, you know the tour I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. And I forget why, we had a bunch of other weddings going on, so it wasn't like we could do like a destination one, you know what I mean? It wasn't like that type of thing. Because everybody was getting married that same year. So everybody was like, well, we can't, we either all gonna do, it just didn't work out. It was like we had to do it that way. So we rented a bus and went up and down.
Yeah.
I've been to some good bachelor parties. I went to Vegas for a great one.
I've been to Vegas once.
Dude, bachelor parties are fucking awesome. You know what's awesome about bachelor parties? Is that you usually make a couple new friends. Because you go to a bachelor party for your buddy, and he's got a few buddies that you don't really know that well.
Right.
But you end up in a golf foursome with him, or you end up at the casino with him. And then you're like, this dude's fucking awesome. It's he knows shit because he's his friend and you love that guy. So obviously you love him. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So this one's gonna be cool because there's 13 of us going to this thing. There was 14, like I told you. I think there's one kid that's not in the main circle.
Yeah.
But he's my barber. So he's the groom's barber, my barber.
Yep.
He's good money.
Yep.
It's good money. So people are gonna be fucking hairy against him.
Yep.
We're not even gonna leave out of fucking Logan. People are gonna love him. You know what I mean? He's one of us.
Yeah.
He just happens to be from Medford and lose on Thanksgiving every fucking year.
You're gonna have a fucking blast, dude. I'm jealous.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And I'm not even a massive golfer, but just being out there with all my boys and we're gonna have a fucking. So we land Friday. I don't know, 8:30.
Yep.
We go directly to the house. I think our tea time is at 10:30.
Okay.
So we do 18 and then we do 18 that day.
That's awesome.
No, it's not. I'm not a big golfer. I want to do 18.
You don't want to do it, yeah.
No, but I'm gonna do it.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I love golfing. I do love it, but in that scenario, because I did the same exact bachelor party basically, but it was in South Carolina. We did 36 both days.
Yeah.
By the third day, I remember. Well, the second day we were because we didn't play the first day. By the third day, I remember we were all out there and we were just dude, I don't even know because here's the other thing if you don't play golf every day, which even I play maybe once a month, you know what I mean? You're fucking exhausted by the time you're not swinging a club like that all the time,
right.
And you're dehydrated as fuck because you drank 1,000 fucking beers.
So that's the plan for Friday. Saturday we're doing the same exact thing.
Yeah,
36 holes.
I think I'd be I could do something else today.
Saturday night we're going out.
Yeah.
Sunday night we're probably gonna chill by the pool because I showed you the house.
Yeah.
Sick.
Sunday
night is the Celtics because we're in the fucking finals, baby.
That's fucking.
Which, by the way, I'm talking to you we're already going to be talking about this.
I know.
We're a week ahead. Fuck.
I know, we're a week ahead. Yeah. So if you're listening to this on Monday and the Celtics are down 0-2, fuck off.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're fucking, we're equally as bad.
Monday, if you hear a noise, it's me knocking on TSA's door to let me the fuck home.
All right. I think we're good. So if you have not rated the show, liked it, shared it,
do the right thing.
Write a comment. Please do. We just had, like I said, the Rebel Rooster just fucking threw us a fucking comment. That's fucking legend. I think I'm going to see him in a couple weeks, actually.
Where at?
A cornhole event that he's going to be at.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my buddy runs. That's where I first met him. Gave him that doghouse hat. It's fucking rocks that thing around.
Oh, yeah, he does.
We're going to get some Pulling the Cork stickers soon.
Yeah, I already have the email. I'm just
we
waiting.
have it soon.
I'm waiting for the okay.
Yeah, so by the way, if you go to Lily P's, hopefully we'll have them there. and you can grab a sticker.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we might do some type of a T-shirt soon.
Yeah, we have to.
Fucking Irish Battleships fucking T-shirt.
Yeah.
I got a whole idea in my head.
All right, let's do it.
So hey, be good, enjoy. Danny will be alive hopefully by the time that this comes out.
We'll have some stories for sure.
All right, we'll discuss them on the next episode.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.